We have to take all of this data we have in our country and move it into a single, if you will, unified data platform. So we provide context. When we want to ask a question, we've provided that AI model with all the data they need to understand our country. So that's the big step. That's kind of the missing link. We need to unify all of the national data, put it into a database where it's easily consumable by the AI model, and then ask whatever question you like.
Government exists to serve our people.
What's the meaning of life? Why are we here? What's it all about?
The world is moving backwards. Climate change crisis.
Let's work together.
New industrial revolution.
The whole system has to be changed.
تنظر الحكومة المتميزة إلى أن كل مواطن ثروة وطنية، وبناء الدولة لا يعتمد على الحكومة فقط، بل هو واجب على كل مواطن.
ما في خط نهائي للتطور والابتكار والتميز.
Let's make sure that every single government department can be as good as the best private company in the world.
When we meet for the 20th Governance Summit, you will use an app like Uber, but not anymore to call some driver, but a self-driven car. We will pay, not necessarily with bitcoins, but with other, what they call cryptocurrencies.
Our countries can learn from each other. We can make our governments even more responsive and accountable to our citizens.
We face a terrible lack of trust between peoples and government, and lots of people that feel that they were left behind and that their countries have not taken care of them.
We need to just be very careful in how we adopt artificial intelligence.
I'd like to see a future where all the countries of the world, no matter how poor or wealthy you are, you say 10% is going to research.
A devastating epidemic can start in any country at any time and kill millions of people because we're not prepared, because we're still vulnerable.
We are faced with what I believe is the greatest moral crisis of our time, that those least responsible for nature's destruction will suffer the greatest consequences. The problems are global. The solutions must be global.
We need to make sure that every child is back in the classroom and learning, and we need to invest in teachers.
I think what we're realizing more and more is the power of the creative arts and storytelling.
We do know that the greatest force of evolution through human inventiveness and technology. So we are at the brink of a new world in which the technologies are going to radically change a lot of the things that we know, but we don't know how.
It is our job to create computing technology such that nobody has to program, and that the programming language is human.
اليوم أستطيع أن أقول بأننا انتقلنا إلى الثانية من الدقيقة الأولى، من الساعة الأولى، من اليوم الأول من التطور التكنولوجي مع الاستخدام الكبير للذكاء الاصطناعي.
القمة العالمية للحكومات.
World Government Summit.
World Governance Summit ini.
Hükümet zirvesinin insanlık.
The World Government Summit.
This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth. Big tech CEO Larry Ellison is proposing a unified platform
for health data to support artificial intelligence. Gee, I wonder what could possibly go wrong. This is exactly what I warned about last month in this video inside Trump's Stargate initiative to build AI infrastructure project mapping individual mRNA, where I covered Trump's latest Stargate initiative that aims to build the largest ever AI infrastructure project, which focuses on public health on an individual basis. Now fast forward to this World Government Summit, where we see Larry is saying, we need to layer on top of all the fragmented health data that we have about our country and unify that into a single database. Again, speaking about warnings, guys, this is what Henry Kissinger's final warning was, as he came back from the grave to issue a dire warning in a new book titled Genesis, which states that humanity must begin preparations to no longer be in charge of Earth because of artificial intelligence, and that designers and engineers should try to make the machines more human rather than make humans more like machines. So we're going to cover all of this and much more in this video, guys. But really quickly, just before we do, I'd ask that you check me out here at subscribestar.com/pressfortruth. If you do appreciate my efforts to bring you this info, here you can sign up for $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month. Whatever is within your means is very greatly appreciated, guys. I can't continue to do this work without the support that comes directly from you, the viewer. So if this is the kind of information you appreciate, please consider checking that top link in the description below to where you could find me at subscribestar.com/pressfortruth. All right, guys, check this out. Larry Ellison, CEO of AI firm Oracle, proposed unifying national healthcare data onto a single platform to assist AI-powered public services, supposedly to improve government efficiency, leading critics to interpret the move as a step towards an Algocracy, or rule by algorithm. And just listen here to Larry kind of expand on this more so than what I included in the intro here, as he discusses the vision and future they have in store for the world government and AI. Just listen to this.
You know, these AI models are trained primarily by data that's publicly available on the internet. And there's a lot of climate data that's publicly available on the internet. But most certainly, your national health records aren't available on the internet. That stuff is not available. But that's very precious, very, very precious for your data, for your country, because you're using that data to improve population health and get better outcomes for individual citizens. So all of that data, and right now countries' data is fragmented. The problem is it's not like go to this database and here's all the data about my country. It's go to this 3,000 databases and here's all the information about my country. So but we know how to do that. You can pipe this data from these 3,000 separate data sources into a single unified database. And that's what we need to do. We need to layer on top of all of this fragmented data that we have about all this information we have about our country. And we need to take that and unify that into a single database. So when we ask questions, the data model has all the information it needs to answer the question, discover the insight, and recommend an action.
Insane. How are we not giving far too much power to these AI agents to be able to have a great deal of control over our lives? And just the fact that this is happening at the World Government Summit should be a pretty big red flag to people. I mean, just recently, as I reported on this video, Chrystia Freeland was seen talking about, how we need to build a new world order, as I mentioned in this video. Just listen to her here.
It's time for us to step up at home, to urgently reach out to them and build a new world order where democracy and Canadian sovereignty
It's no
is
longer
protected.
just some wild conspiracy theory that they're building a world government and a new world order. In fact, interestingly enough, guys, I remember around 15 years ago or so, something changed on Google when you would type in New World Order. You used to just get Wikipedia entries about, what the New World Order is, but now you get two entries. You got the New World Order, the conspiracy theory, and then you have the New World Order, what they say it really is. So when you click on that, you got the term New World Order refers to a new period of history, evidencing dramatic change in world political thought and the balance of power in international relations. Despite varied interpretations of this term, it's commonly associated with the notion of world governance. But that's not to be confused, they say, with the New World Order conspiracy theory. The New World Order is a term used in several conspiracy theories, which hypothesizes a secretly emerging totalitarian world government. Wait a minute! What the heck did we just see right here with this introduction from Tony Blair? Listen.
It's my great pleasure to welcome Larry Ellison to the World Government Summit.
The what again was that? Tony Blair? The World Government Summit is literally taking place already in Dubai. This thing is indeed very real, and everything is happening very, very fast. What the Stargate project co-investor is proposing here is that every citizen's health data should be stored in a single database to feed the AI so that the algorithms can tell governments what to do. This can be interpreted as a step towards an algocracy, or being ruled by the algorithms. And I think that's a pretty good way of putting it, guys. That's absolutely the threat we are faced with right now, as they are openly discussing these things at the World Summit, in Dubai. We're being warned about these things by guys like Henry Kissinger, and now it's becoming a reality right before our very eyes, guys. Hey, if you haven't seen my video, I asked Grok to come up with a false flag operation against Iran. You might want to check that one out, guys. To my surprise, X's AI program, Grok, basically laid out a full-fledged plan to have a false flag operation against Iran when I asked it to do so. And interestingly enough, it actually provides some pretty good insight into what could potentially be expected to come out of a false flag attack against Iran. So I was pretty surprised to see it give me a real in-depth answer on that one, guys. So if you want to check that one out, be sure to give it a watch. If you want to see some of this other stuff I've been covering in this regards, I'll put links to all of this in the description below. Once again, guys, if you do appreciate my efforts to bring you this info, don't forget to check me out right here at subscribestar.com/pressfortruth. Again, $5, $10, $20, whatever is within your means, guys, is very greatly appreciated. Again, I can't continue to do this work without the support that comes directly from you, the viewer. And that's all for today, guys. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button, share this video, and stay tuned, guys. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.